Why do you keep doing things on your own? Ever wonder why you feel like you keep hitting a wall just when you're on the precipice of success? If you're stuck thinking the fastest way to scale is by grinding harder, I promise you you'll never get where you really want to be. But what if there was a different way? What if you didn't have to do it all on your own? Today, I'm going to show you how to form what I call your dream council and how that council is going to help accelerate your success. Now, before sharing what the Dream Council is all about, I want to start with three big frustrations that I hear from my clients all the time. They'll say things like, I feel like I have to carry everything alone. I don't have anyone who truly gets the pressure I'm under. No one's really challenging me or calling me forward. I feel like I'm just coasting. And here's what I believe my clients and you want. You want deep strategic relationships, not surface level networking. You want people in your life who sharpen you, who challenge you, who support your mission. You want a circle that raises your level, not just maintain it. Now, if that's what you really want, I'm going to share with you 3 points that will help you make that happen. The first point is to understand that this whole lone wolf mentality is survival. It's not mastery. Sure, doing alone might feel noble, but it really limits your growth. And not just your growth, your clarity and your emotional resilience. There's no feedback loop, there's no celebration, there's no support in the storms. I mean, you're literally one wolf. Point number 2, your counsel determines your power level. From mentors to challengers to emotional anchors, when your circle is aligned, everything accelerates. Your confidence rises. Your decision making gets sharper. Your energy, it multiplies. And the third point, you can build this council intentionally. This isn't luck or if it happens, it happens. You can design your dream council using the same 5-phase framework I use with my clients. You gotta audit, you gotta define, you gotta recruit, you gotta strengthen, and most importantly, you have to develop. Now let's walk through how you actually can build your dream council. By the way, if you haven't already and you want the worksheet that walks you through exactly what I'm about to show you step by step, click the link in the description somewhere below or just comment council and I'll send it to you. So I'm going to show you how to build your dream council in 5 simple steps. Now, the first step is we got to go into audit. We got to do the council audit. And the goal here is to assess who's already in your life and start to define who these people are to you. So we're going to break it down into 3 steps. We have determining who are they in terms of where you know them from. Is it a personal friend, someone who you have a professional relationship with, or is it someone who you know through a digital platform, i.e. social media? And once you do that, then you score them on 3 different criteria. Energy, are they givers? Are they takers? Alignment, do they align with your values and do they align with the goals that you're trying to accomplish? And then also their impact. What's their impact to you? Are they someone who supports you or are they someone who is there to help you grow? And you score them and you could use whatever metric. It could be from 1 to 10, 1 to 5. It doesn't matter. But the idea is to really be clear on who they are and what they are to you. And then from there, you want to classify the roles. Are they a booster? Do they energize you? Do they inspire you? Do they elevate you? Are they a blocker? Do they drain, distract, discourage you? Or are they a bystander? Are they neutral? Are they inconsistent? Are they unreliable? This is important for you to assess when choosing who you want to be in your dream council. And when you're done with this, you do the process of releasing and realigning. So you set boundaries with blockers, making sure that they don't get too close to you. You reduce energy output with the bystanders. If they're inconsistent or unreliable, you want to make sure that there's boundaries there too. And you want to invest deeper into the boosters, those who energize, inspire you, who want more of you. You invest into those people. Next is we get into the blueprint. And how do we actually create this council? Well, it's broken down into particular roles, right? You have, and this is the goal, you want to define the roles that you need. Now, before we actually find these people, the first thing you want to do is you want to identify, like, where do you want to grow in your life? Is it physical? Is it professional? Is it spiritual? Is it with your relationships? Because that'll determine who you bring into your council. Now, once you figure out what those growth areas are, now we get into each role. You have the mentor. And the mentor, they're the one who has the experience ahead of you. They have already gone down the path you're about to go to, and they can be a real guide in helping you get to where you want to be. You have allies who are essentially on your level, and they're also taking that path. And I always find that when you are around people who are on the same path, who want it as bad as you do, iron sharpens iron. Just an interesting way. It's kind of like when you have a workout buddy at the gym. You get a better workout from them because they're pushing you just by their sheer presence. And then you have the challengers. Challengers are those who push you outside of your comfort zone. And you might already know who those people are, but if you're not sure, I use a framework that was given to me a long time ago, and I basically call it the 4 corners of challenge. There are certain people in your life who have earned the right to give you feedback. And usually, the feedback they give you is to challenge your perspective. And these are probably going to be relationships that could potentially be contentious. More on that in a moment. But these 4 corners of challenge represent, 1, your parents. Your mom birthed you. Your dad was the seed that birthed you, that became you. They have a right to share their opinion and give you feedback. And whether or not you take it is irrelevant. They have earned the right to give that feedback. Anyone that you have an intimate sexual relationship with, if you have the ability to create that type of connection with them, then they have the right to give feedback. The third set of people are people who you pay. It might be coaches, service providers, doctors, lawyers, whoever you pay, you are paying them to get the feedback that you're looking for. So they've earned that. And then lastly, who pays you? Whoever is paying you, whether it's your employer or clients of yours, they get to also give you feedback too. Now, after you have your challengers, now you have your anchors. This is your emotional anchor. This person creates safety. It creates presence. You get to share authentically, trusting them and not worrying about being judged. I can't stress enough how important having this person in your life really is. I'll give you a personal example, right? So before, I used to have my wife as an emotional anchor. And don't get me wrong, like, she has the capacity to do that. But I actually prefer to have her as one of my challengers. Not necessarily just because we have that relationship, but she knows me better than most people because she's around me every single day. She sees blind spots before I even see them, and she can call them out. And I want her to be able to do that. Yes, do I want her to be able to hold space and not judge me while I share? Sure. But do I believe she's better equipped to challenge me than to do that? 1,000%. So I'd rather have someone else. For me personally, it's another guy who knows me and is willing to hold space and not judge me while I completely express myself freely. And it's a bonus to me to have 2 people who can hold that, to do that anyways. And then the last person is the apprentice. Someone who you can teach to reinforce your mastery. None of this matters unless you have someone to pass this along to, whether it is your kids or someone that you're mentoring, or in my case, sometimes a sponsee. It's important to have that person who you know you're going to be passing along your wisdom to. It's just a great way for you to pay it forward, but also reinforce the mastery that you are collecting. The third phase is to recruit and essentially realign. So this is broken down in a couple steps. You want to reconnect, and you want to reconnect intentionally with these people now that you've determined who you want in your dream council. And you want to reach out to these potential allies with aligned values. Be clear, be intentional, be transparent, let them know what you're trying to do. You know, when I reach out to my people, I'm assembling the Avengers, and I want them to be a part of it. And they get to choose if they want to be a part of it or not. I've not experienced a situation where someone has told me no. I think there's something magical about people wanting to help you, and let them help you. They want to help you, so let them. And so it starts by reconnecting, stating your mission, ask them if they want to be a part of it. Chances are they're going to say yes. And then create the collaboration. What is that going to look like? Whether it's maybe collaborating on content, maybe it's creating accountability, maybe it's a shared goal that you two are chasing after together. Whatever it is, establish the context in which you two are connecting. And then share the vision. Let them know your goals, your dreams, your values, because that alignment is going to attract the right players and the right people for for your council. Now, once you've assembled your Avengers, now it's time to nurture, now it's time to develop, and now it's time to upgrade. And it's a simple process here as well. You create rhythms, and these rhythms are essentially the communication rhythm that you're going to have with the people in your council, whether it's weekly check-ins, maybe it's monthly get-togethers, virtually or in person, sending voice notes of encouragement, appreciation, gratitude, asks, or gives of support, whatever it might be. Create that rhythm so that way it creates opportunities for you to deepen those connections and deepen those bonds. Then, whenever there's wins, celebrate them. Acknowledge each other's growth, whether it's yours or theirs, any success, not just the results, but the process. See them in their journey the way that they will see you in yours, and celebrate those moments that you were able to overcome on the road to your success. And then lastly, share authentically. Real trust forms when you drop the armor, when you drop the mask. Be willing to share who you really are and watch those relationships hit another, just totally incredible levels. Now you've had this whole process and you understand how to develop and create your dream council, develop it. Now we need to get into the point of review. And why are we reviewing? Well, it's pretty simple. The goal is to reassess roles. You want to refine the dynamic. Maybe you want to update or upgrade the rhythm. And you want to do this every 90 days. It seems pretty frequent that you want to do that. What I have found is goals change. And when goals change, there's certain people who are in your council who may no longer be equipped to support you in that part of your journey. So what do you got to do? Well, the first step is you got to reflect. What's the vibe of the council at present moment? What's working? What's draining? What feels off? What totally feels great? Right? Then realign or even release. Don't disconnect and ghost the people that you're releasing from your council. Have bold, compassionate conversations. And this is something that I feel is such a lost art. When we think about deepening and redefining relationships, we only think of it in the context of intimate romantic relationships. But the truth is, all relationships get to be treated this way. We all need to know who we are and what we are to the people in our lives, and you get to assess that too. And there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I so appreciate you getting me here to where I need to be, and I'm going in a different direction, and I don't know if you're going to be that person for me. But it doesn't mean that we're going to all of a sudden not stay in touch. We're going to disconnect. There will be a time where I may need you again, and I hope that you're still around. And that's okay. This is how relationships work. Relationships are the assets and the fruits of your life. And to help you get to your goals, you need particular people. It doesn't make sense to hold people around who are not going to help you get to your goals. And your goals are going to change. And so that means your people will change too. Your council will change. And then lastly, fill the gaps. So where are new roles or allies needed? Do you need new challengers? Do you need a new emotional anchor? If you're in a new intimate relationship, better believe you got to let them know that they are now one of your challengers and what role they need to play inside of that. When you think about it, it makes you kind of reassess who you want to have an intimate relationship with if they're going to play this role. So that's why it's so important to frequently assess your council. Now, if you want to work together on creating and developing your dream council, shoot me a DM. I'm at The Professional Wingman, and you can use the code PIZZA. And I'll send you a link to a document and you can let me know whether you're in or you're not. Forming your dream council isn't just for growth. It's for resilience. It's for legacy. Solo mode is purely survival. I mean, guys, Jordan had Pippen. Batman had Robin. Steve Jobs had Woz. Buffett had Munger. When you're in co-op mode, you don't just grow. You become iconic.